Hello world, what's up? It's your boy Dame Time, the weirdo, whatever you want to call me. Yeah, I'm out here on this good day. It's a good, nice day. About 65-degree weather in West Michigan. Had something I wanted to talk about that I'm sure people could relate to. They might be like going through this phase, don't know yet, need a little guidance or whatever. All right, but look, today I'm here to talk about the product, the worker, and the boss, right? The product, the worker, and the boss. All three of these things is what complete the job, right? All three of these things is what completes the job and keeps the workforce going, right? The worker, the product, and the boss. That's what keeps the job going, right? Let me describe each person's level and role and why it makes a difference and why some people don't last and why some things don't last. All right, look, here you go. We're going to start off with the worker. The worker's there because they have things to do, right? They got bills to take care of. They got life to live. They got things going on, right? They're the worker, right? They came to a place. They signed up for work. They getting a paycheck. They living life. They showing back up every Monday through Friday, right? They're a worker. They're doing what they got to do to be a worker. You know what I'm saying? The worker is focused on the priorities that they have as a worker, right? When I say this the worker is coming to work for this company and place to be, not even to be a part, like you're in the company, okay, we get that, but I'm talking about from a worker's point of view. A worker's coming to do his job, put in his 8 hours, pay his bills, go home and repeat the same cycle Monday morning, right? That's the job of a worker. That's what we got to get through. All right. The product is there. The product has to be put out. The product has to get taken care of. The product has to be A1. The product is the main priority. Okay? That's the worker. It's the product. The product is what keeps the job going. We got to get this product out. The product. That's what we worried about at this point, right? The worker is not fully engaged with the product. The worker is still worried about what he has to do in life to survive and keep this check coming in, right? The worker's not worried about the product. That's his job, to make sure that the product is get took care of and get put out. But the product is a thing itself. The worker is worried about working. All right? Then you got the boss. The boss is only worried about the product. Right? The boss is worried about the product. He got to do this paperwork with this product. He has to know what the hell is going on with this product. The product. The product has to be A1 for the customer, right? We're talking about product. The boss is not engaged with the worker. See what I'm saying? The boss is not engaged with the worker to where he's checking on the workers. Let me make sure my workers are straight. My workers, right? You know what I'm saying? The boss is not engaged with the worker. The boss is more concerned with the product, right? So if the boss is more concerned with the product and how the product is getting put out, when the product is getting put out, where the product is going, and the paperwork on the product, if the boss is so concerned about the product, where does the relationship and the worker and the boss come in between? Right? Where's the relationship between the worker and the boss? There is no relationship. You know why? Because the main concern and priority and objective is the product. You get what I'm saying? These are three different things all in the same workforce. This is what causes separation. This is what causes everything that leads to negative energy and negative outcomes on the workforce. You get what I'm saying? What I mean by this is the boss isn't engaging with the worker. His only concern is the product, right? So you got the workers coming to do his job every day to make sure he's doing what he's doing to be a worker. You got the product that's there for the worker, which is the main objective and priority. And you got the boss. These are three different entities that's all in the same place and the same time, and it's still three different separations. Because the product is going to always be number one. The product is going to always be number one. The boss relationship with the worker is never going to be best friends. It's never going to be important. You're never going to be important enough to be more important than my product. And you can't blame them. You totally can't blame them. I mean, that's what the boss is there for, right? But people don't have this outlook when they go to work. They get lost in relationships as if they're supposed to be cared about. They're supposed to be nurtured. Their boss supposed to care about them and, you know what I'm saying, be there by their side. Like, people forget that this is the whole thing. Like, when y'all, you know what I'm saying, when you go there, you probably not even thinking about the same thing. Like, people probably just really like trying to get on with their day. But these are the three things that's in the workforce that is the most important, that nobody really pays attention to. If a boss had a good relationship with workers, then the company would move, productivity would be A1, everything would be in on the same frequency to where we're here to get things done. You know what I'm saying? But people get lost in the thought that they forgot that they're just a worker. You get what I'm saying? The worker, the product, and the boss. The product is going to always be more important, or this is what companies do. This is how they treat the product. The product is going to always be more important than any other thing in the building, right? The worker is there because you signed up for this. You have things to take care of. You should be working to get your paycheck. That's like a working 9-to-5 mentality. That's like a person who has no talent, a person that has no side business, a person that has no other income, a person that doesn't even go outside of the boundaries of being a worker, a person that don't take risks, a person that just live day by day and paycheck to paycheck. That's what a worker is. I'm not talking about to the people who make stuff happen and take risks, and because ain't nothing wrong with working and building yourself, and you know what I'm saying, nothing wrong with that. But people get lost in this thing like their job is supposed to care for them. You're a worker. You signed up for this. You have to know that the product is way more important and will be more important than you. And there is no building relationships with a boss, because there is no feelings. You shouldn't have feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're doing something that is work and it's not a passion. You're not doing what you love to do. You're not doing what you love to do, so it's not a passion. It's a job. It's a work. You know what I'm saying? You build relationships with bosses when you're on the same path and the same frequency and have the same passion. If not, it's always going to be separation from the product, the worker, and the boss. those three entities. Which one are you? Because you could be a worker. You could be the product thinking you the worker. You could be the worker thinking you the product. Or you could be the worker thinking you the boss. Or you could be the boss thinking you the worker. It all, you just got to figure out your role, man. You just got to figure out your role. And once you figure out your role, you got to run with it and stick to whatever you got a passion for. Because there's no feelings in here. Remember, everybody signed up for what they signed up for. So find your passion and find your day job. Don't ever try to remain a worker, because we all got a boss inside of us somewhere. Focus on the product. That's my little message today. Weirdo.